Did you notice how the marker lights flickered with the starter switch sound and also dimmed during the cranking of the prime mover? Many of you might have noticed this slight flickering of the marker lights and dimming of both the marker and emergency flasher during cranking of an Indian Railways WDG4 or WDP4 locomotive. And here's how I recreated it in my Loksound equipped HO scale model. I used two features of Loksound programming to model this lighting effect. The first is mapping of sound states to turn on and off function and logical outputs. And the second is using share values for cross communication between sound slots. The marker lights are controlled by this dedicated sound slot. When the function button is turned on, the sound logic enters the marker on sound state. Since the sound state is mapped to aux3, the lighting function pad for the red marker lights, the decoder switches on the marker lights. The decoder now waits for a change in the share 1 variable as defined by the exit condition, leaving the marker lights on. This change in share 1 value occurs in the prime mover sound slot as the sound transitions from the start switch to the cranking sound. And since share values are global variables across all sound slots, the change in share 1 value from 0 to 1 is communicated to the marker light sound slot and signals the transition of the logic from the marker on sound state to the marker dim sound state through the marker off sound state. Now since the marker off sound state does not have any mapping to aux3, the lights momentarily turn off to simulate the flicker effect. Likewise, the dimming during cranking and brightening of the lights once the prime mover is started is accomplished by mapping both aux3 and the dimmer logic to the marker dim sound state. The sound slot gets a second signal from the change in share 1 value from 1 to 0 as cranking ends in the prime mover sound slot, and the sound logic transitions back to the marker on sound state with the lights glowing back to its regular brightness. The markers remain on until the function button is turned off. So there you have it, folks, another example of using the versatility of Loksound decoders to achieve a simple and elegant simulation of prototypical effects. Hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, happy modeling.